Where is he at? It doesn't matter. Where are you? It doesn't matter. What really matters is Lil Tay made $1 million in 3 hours. What the hell, man? What the hell? And if you think I'm gonna get in here talking about some, well, why can I make that money? No, that's not what I'm concerned about. Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird. Y'all are so weird, and y'all been weird. It's not like you just became weird. You've been weird. It just, honestly, man, I just had to make a video on it because it breaks my heart to see adults waitlisting to see the body of someone who was just legally previously a child. Because to me, being a child is not something you just phase out of. It's something that you grow out of, you learn out of. Mentally, Little Tay is no different than from what she was last week. And last week she was 17. Last week she was a minor. She's still mentally a minor. Now she's just mentally a minor, technically not, and hella rich because of it. This is why I talk to my friends. And I know I'm always sounding like I'm the lame one. I'm always sounding like I don't know what's going on. I always sound like... And I know I always sound like the lame one. I always sound like, oh, I gotta be Mr. Responsible. It's crazy because at work, I'm like goofy and I'm joking around and stuff, bro. But I be locking in outside of work, man. I be locking in, bro. I'm goofy for performance, but I lock in IRL. But I be on my friends, bro. I be like, yo, bro, like, maybe don't touch yourself tonight, bro. Like, go some real. Maybe don't go out with that girl. Maybe spend some time with yourself. Figure yourself out. Because I feel like this is the downfall when you don't, bro. Money is cool. Girls is cool. Work is cool. Aesthetics is cool. But when you're not in touch with yourself, that stuff does not matter, bro. When you're not in touch with God, because that's a godless life, bro. I'm so sorry. Waiting, bro. There are niggas who've been waiting for her to turn 18 since she was 16. That's sick. And she's not the first one. She's not the first one, man. I actually got a little short story time. I used to go out with somebody who was of age, just barely at the time. We were like freshly like 18, 19. And they had the appearance of someone who was even younger. Everywhere we went, I had to worry about men always trying to talk to her in my face. Not boys my age, but I'm talking about grown men, 45 years old, 50 years old. My mic is on. 50 years old. Sometimes 60. And it always confused me because I'm like, shouldn't this disgust you? She looks like she's your daughter's age. Sometimes these people will have children that are in their 30s. Sir, she looks old enough to be your grandchild. Not everything is about sex, guys. Not everything is about sex appeal. Because when you're just chasing those things, this is where it leads you. I'm sorry, I gotta have another lock-in conversation. Because when you chase everything for sex appeal and things that look good and things that are like, oh, she's so pretty, I love her steak, I love the makeup she puts on, you gotta have more priorities. You have to, man, screw a priority. You gotta have some morals, bro. This is why you gotta get outside and touch grass. You see me? Hold, look. You see me? I'm outside. I'm outside right now. It's a part of my content. It's a part of my job to be outside because I want to be an IRL content creator. You want to know why? Because I'm scared of what I'll become if I'm constantly just sitting in my room, if I'm constantly just not interacting with society. Because interacting with people teaches you important non-verbal lessons. It teaches you important lessons non-verbally. It teaches you lessons that are important non-verbally. It teaches you to respect those older than you. It teaches you to nurture those younger than you. But when you are just inside your own world and you're just sitting there, because that's how most of these people are. Some of these people are just people who are just out in society and got sick for some reason, sick in the head. But most of these people, I know these people, they spend too much on the online forums. They spend too much time in the internet chats, watching cartoons and watching TV shows, and not immersed in real life. Real life will show you that people do not just exist to ogle at. People do not just exist for sex appeal. Women do not exist just for sex appeal. Men do not exist just for sex appeal. We are so much more than that. We are pain. We are love. We are joy, man. We're laughter. We're strength. We're so much more, man, than sex. And not even procreation, just sex. This is why I tell my friends, hey, bro, maybe you should just delete Tinder for a while. Maybe delete Maybe get off them forums for a while. Not to be mean, but because I know what it's like, man. I used to be there. Shoot, bro. I used to be there. I'll be the first one to admit, bro. Used to be a Reddit hero, bro. The thing is, my life is so much better now. I would never go back to that. You know? Is it tempting sometimes? Of course. But this is why. This stuff like this little taste situation is why I'll never turn back, because it never stops. The buck never stops. I was watching Premi Sterling on Instagram. He said fathers of young girls. Think about where the buck stops. I'm going to extend his invitation. Men in general, I'm talking to you. Yes, I know a girl could be listening right now. Hey, Shotty. But I'm talking to you, bro. The buck should stop at us. It should stop at us when it comes to respecting others and teaching the people around us, especially our fellow brothers, to respect one another. Because this is sick, because it never stops. First you looking at women, then you looking at women naked, and then you just going through all the varieties. And the thing is, the stuff like this PDF file stuff, I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube, but stuff like, I'm gonna blur it out anyways, but stuff like that blank file stuff, and a bunch of other terrible things like bestiality and a bunch of other terrible things like gore and blood, that stuff gets mixed in there over time. Your brain starts to break a little bit without you knowing. It's just crack. Maybe I'll look at some more. Maybe you should touch grass, my brother. Bro, maybe it's time to touch grass, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying, man. Save our little girls, man. I'm not acting like Lil Tay didn't do it. I mean, she put the account up. But on the other hand, women, y'all gotta... girls, shawties, y'all gotta start teaching each other that it's okay just to be y'all, bro. There are more things out here than being a sex worker. Now, I'm not shaming sex workers. I have friends who are sex workers. I have friends in that industry. I know that sounds so bad. It sounds like, oh, I have a black friend. But no, for real, I respect it. But do it. I respect it when it's a person who is, one, a person who's been of age, a person who's had time to think upon that decision, and that's genuinely what they want to do. Not people feeling like this is the only way they can have validation to make money. I feel like there's a difference, because I have two examples of two different friends whose names I will not mention. Two different people who either was or were in my life. One person who did it for attention, and one person who does it because they genuinely feel comfortable in that profession. And I'm happy for them. But as for the person who did it because they just wanted attention, they wanted money, and they felt this is the only way they feel seen, so they dropped their real, I really in real time watched them drop their real ambitions to go do that, and it caused them a lot of pain, a lot of physical pain, a lot of emotional pain, and put them in a lot of danger as well. That's a story time for another day. I don't know, y'all might get that story time couple years ahead. I don't even know if I'm ready to tell that one yet online. But seriously, guys, seriously, we gotta stop. We gotta stop, bro, with the lust. And I know every time I say lust like that, it makes people look at me. Oh, here goes this Christian guy, trying to make me tell me what to do. Actually, yeah, I am, because I care about the community around me, bro. I am telling you what to do, and I'll just hope you'll take it as a suggestion. Because at the end of the day, this is not okay. Now, not only has she been taught that this is okay to do this, how many other little girls are going to try to follow behind her? Oh, man, it's common sense that not everyone's going to make $1 million off of OnlyFans. Duh. But what about the little girls watching her? Just like she was watching other people to get that idea when she was 16. And you had people waiting. Someone in the comment section talking about, I've been waiting since 2018. What? What are we doing? No, literally, what are we doing? This is scary, bro. I ain't gonna make this too long-winded. I pretty much said everything I need to say, man. We gotta stop this. Optimism against all odds, man. Optimism against all odds. Optimism against freakiness. Optimism against lust. Optimism against perversion, bro. It's just terrible. I'm not saying, like, bro, I ain't gonna say, man, I ain't never done nothing sexual in my life. And I'm not gonna say, in some instances, I don't make sexual jokes. So make sure I'm in the camera. I'm not saying in some instances I don't make sexual jokes. But this is lust. I don't care what you tell me. This is lust. And it's gotta stop. Ooh, wow.